good day, and it's an exciting day. We are one step closer to meaningful hockey here in Milwaukee. I'm Aaron Sims, the radio play-by-play voice of your Milwaukee Admirals, welcoming you into this live stream of the first Admirals practice here in Milwaukee at the Kern Center on the campus of the Milwaukee School of Engineering. Now, the Admirals have been practicing as a team officially since Sunday, September the 28th, but before that, the team had rookie camps after the draft back at the beginning of July in Nashville. They call them a development camp. They also had a rookie camp beginning September 13th. So a lot of the first and second year players, some players that will be here, some players, many of them will not be from the class of 2014, even the class of 2013 draft classes will not be here at the Admirals camp, but a couple of them are. We'll get to know them a little bit, obviously, as the season goes on. Hopefully, we'll get to know a few of them today. What we're going to do for you today is we're just going to let the camera run. You're going to be able to watch the team go through its drills. We're not expecting a terribly long practice because, again, the team has been practicing together since Sunday. The team flew up as a group last night from Nashville, arrived in Milwaukee roughly 8 o'clock, and then started this practice, which is officially scheduled to start at 1 p.m. Central Time. The practice will be run by head coach Dean Evason. He is in his third season as the head coach of the Milwaukee Admirals. Assistant coach Stan Drulia will also be on the ice, of course. Stan has been here for now 3.5 seasons. He came a little more than a half. Remember, he was hired in November a couple of seasons ago, 2011, when Kirk Muller left the team. He was the head coach of the Admirals and went on to become the head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes in the National Hockey League. Ian Herbers, the then assistant, became the Admirals interim head coach, and Stan Drulia was hired as the assistant coach, and Stan has been here ever since, the last 2 years under head coach Dean Evason, and this year as well. The other man you'll see on the ice is new to the organization. He has had success in the past. He has NHL goaltending coaching experience. His name is Dave Rook. Dave's had been working in the OHL for a long time. He was a goaltending coach, among other places, the Columbus Blue Jackets, when Steve Mason was the Rookie of the Year a few years ago. So Dave Rook will be the third man you see on the ice. Stan Drulia and Dean Evason should be familiar to you. Both of them shoot with the right-handed stick. So as you see them go through drills, you'll see the right-handed sticks, the right-handed shooting coaches. Dave Rook is the goaltending coach, and he shoots left. The Admirals have 24 players currently on their roster. 23 of them will be practicing today. Brendan Leipsic is not practicing with the team. You'll see 3 goaltenders. Mark Mazanitz, you are very familiar with. Magnus Hellberg, you are very familiar with. And Rob Medor is the new one. Rob Medor, you probably are familiar with a little bit over the last few years. He has played a handful of AHL games, chiefly among those teams he's played with the Charlotte Checkers. But Medor was the starting goaltender for the Cincinnati Cyclones last year and was the Kelly Cup playoff MVP, even though Cincinnati did not win the Kelly Cup last season, losing to Alaska. But Medor was brilliant. The interesting thing about that is Medor started ahead of Magnus Hellberg. That is certainly a battle to watch between Hellberg and Medor as the season wears on, as the early part of the season. Officially since the 28th, but all of these players, 61 in all, including the players you see on the ice today, took part in Nashville's training camp, which began back a few weeks ago in Nashville. The Predators are down to 28 players on their roster. Some players have been moved back to the junior ranks in the OHL, the Quebec Major League, the Western Hockey League. Some have gone back over to Europe, but many of them are here. Now, not all of the players you see on the ice will be with the Admirals this season. A few of them will go down to Cincinnati. Some will be released to go to their respective ECHL teams. Although the players today, every one of them is on a Nashville or Milwaukee contract. So you will see these players are the ones that will likely be familiar. They are mentioned 23 players on the ice, 24 on the roster in total. 3 goaltenders, 7 defensemen, and 14 of them are forwards. Among the forwards, Pontus Åberg, who has had a tremendous camp. He was the Predators' top pick in 2011, a second-round draft choice. He is from Sweden. He's played the last few years from Stockholm, Sweden. He's played the last few years in the Swedish Hockey League. You'll also see Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson was drafted in this last draft. He is a Swedish player as well, a right-handed shot who head coach Dean Evason has raved about being a very, very good contributor early on during the rookie games and in training camp, so we'll see just how they do. Interesting thing to point out, the Admirals have Mike Liambis, who we know set the team record for penalty minutes in a single season, AHL-wise, 267 last year. The Admirals also added Tristan Grant. Grant, over the last 5 years, is number 1 or number 2 in penalty minutes in the entire American Hockey League. So how do those two players who have been left wings fit together? Well, Grant has been playing on the right wing with Frederick Gaudreau, a player on an AHL contract in the center, and Mike Liambis playing on the left wing. So that is a hard-charging, hard-checking line. Some familiar names, Austin Watson. Not many players have scored 20 goals in a season since the Admirals joined the American Hockey League in 2001. Watson is one of the rare few that have scored 20 goals or more in back-to-back seasons. Austin Watson is a guy who's been playing a lot of center in the past. Last year he started to play a little more right wing. Expect him to play right wing early on this season for the team. Mark Van Gilder will become just the 4th player in Admirals history, dating back to 1977, to take part in a game in 7 or more seasons. Only 4 players have done that. Van Gilder will be the 4th, excuse me. Only 3 players have done that. Van Gilder will be the 4th. A lot of people wondering about the young defense corps. Well, Anthony Botetto is back for the Admirals. Joe Piscula is not here yet. He has cleared waivers, but he is still in Nashville. Anthony Botetto is here. He will skate today. He will practice. Botetto, of course, had a breakout season last year offensively for this team, especially early on. He scored the majority of his goals before Christmas. We'll see if that consistency can go throughout the season this year. To hear them talk in Nashville, the scouts, the coaches, and the like, Anthony Botetto had a wonderful camp and has really played his way into the mix. But there will be a lot of young defensemen, but players that we are familiar with. They joined the team late last year. Mikko Vainanen, Garrett Noonan, Jay Rissling, Jonathan Diaby, players like that will join the club, and it'll be exciting to see them. Even though they're young, it'll be exciting to see them play. We are going to take a quick break. We'll have guests coming up here. The first one we'll talk to is Admirals forward Tristan Grant. That's coming up next. Thanks for watching the practice here on MilwaukeeAdmirals.com.
My guest, none other than Johnny Delicious. Take a look at that robe. That reminds me of another guy that wore a robe from Milwaukee, but I think he played piano. Nonetheless, Johnny, what have you got up your sleeve?
Mean Gene, I'm so happy to be here in Milwaukee, and I've got a few tricks up my sleeve for the good folks that live in Milwaukee. It's called entertainment. That's what Johnny Delicious does. I entertain. I got a message to these other organizations and businesses out there that tell you that, oh, we'll entertain your customers, we'll reward your employees. That message, Mean Gene, is you're boring.
Can you be a little more specific when you say entertain?
I'm talking not just about hockey. I'm talking about bands. I'm talking about celebrity visits. I'm talking about getting your boss or your best customer on the Uncle Ben's human hockey puck.
Johnny Delicious, thank you and good luck with the project.
Thank you, Mean Gene.
Well, fans, there you have it. Call the hotline and get your package for the 2014-15 season.
Welcome back to the Kearns Center. We are joined now by Admirals forward Tristan Grant. It's that Who song. You're a big rock guy.
Oh,
Meet the new boss, same as the old boss kind of thing.
Yeah,
you were here, you left for a couple of years, and now you're back. Why'd you come back to Milwaukee?
It's a great city, great fan base. It's a good organization, and I'm excited to get back.
It's interesting. You have a past with head coach Dean Evason. You worked with him, when you were a kid.
Probably over a decade ago. So,
Yeah.
It's good. It's good Manitoba guy, so I think we'll get along well.
But he was your coach when you played for the Vancouver Giants, right?
Yeah, for 2 years. I think when I was around 18 years old. So it was many moons ago.
Well, and he was kind of fresh into the whole thing. What have you noticed any differences in him? I mean, certainly you're a different person than you were that long ago. But how about with Dean? Is he a different coach?
His highlights are a little bit different now. No, he's the same guy. Ex-player, and those guys are pretty.
Are they easier to play for? Guys have played at the
they're
NHL?
more understanding for sure.
Yeah.
So, and you know, they've been in those situations as a player, so it's, you know, they know what guys are going through. It's so no, I think he's going to do well.
You had good success when you played here in Milwaukee. You went on to teams that have had good success, including, especially a couple of seasons ago with the Grand Rapids Griffins, that championship run. Once you taste that, I got to imagine that's a taste that never gets out of your mouth. You want to have that more and more.
Absolutely. I wish I won a long time ago, because now you're kind of, you know, before losing the playoffs, you're just like, you know, there's next year. And,
Yeah.
But then once you win and you get a taste of that, and when you lose, you're not happy. You're not a happy person. You're kind of just, you know, looking forward to the next season. So it's since I won, you know, you're a little bit more hungry. So it's I want to do it again. So
Yeah, Admirals forward Tristan Grant joining us. How do you relate that to the team then? Because certainly you're a guy, you're here, you're going to be a leader on this club. How do you relate to the team, how special that is? Because it's one of those things that you have to be there to understand. How can you put that into words to tell these guys?
it's just an amazing feeling. That I remember the summer I had was just a lot of fun, and just when you win, you definitely get teary, because a lot of just a lot goes into winning. And whether you know you could think back of all the workouts you've had, and you know the times that your parents have, you know, driven you to practice and games, you know, all that kind of comes back, and just amazing feeling to kind of have something to show for that, and you know, that's something I think over the season that we're going to try to get across, you know, get the point across, and like I said, like you said, it's a feeling that you can't really describe. So it's going to be, but working into it, and you know, working hard during the day, and leaving the rink feeling that you accomplished something. That's how you get close to feeling that. So.
You have been a left wing your entire life. You're playing on the right side, I understand, right now. Challenging? Is it different for you, or is it okay?
No, it's fine. It's you know, as long as you're confident, you know, taking some plays on your backhand, you know, that's not a big deal. So if he wants to play goal or defense, whatever, it doesn't matter. So just want to come here and contribute and do my best.
It's great to have you back, man. Enjoy being back in Milwaukee. Enjoy the Kern Center ice. Has got to be. Well, did you play? When was the last time you skated on this ice? Was it 4 years ago?
No, a couple of weeks ago. Actually,
I was going to say you've been in town. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it's good. It's today when I walked in the dressing room, it was like kind of traveling back in time. You
right.
know, Marty McFly, Biff. You know.
You're more Biff.
Yeah, more Biff, more of a bully, I guess.
That's
so,
right.
No, it's good to be back.
Good to have you back, man. That's Tristan Grant. He's going to get on the ice here in just a moment. We're going to step out. Admirals President Jon Grenberg will join us next. I think we're good. All right.
Awesome.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Good to see you.
We'll run into you later. Stranger, what's going on? Thank you.
Good to see you.
How you been?
Good.
Good summer?
Ready to get some gas? Absolutely. A longer season. Pretty excited to be back. Thank you, sir. Have fun. I'll run into you later. All right.
Are we live? Okay. It's a good thing I didn't swear. We're live. So I'll keep talking while we're live here. We didn't have the commercials queued up. Sorry about that. I want to remind you, though, one of the things while we're talking about commercials and all of that, remember that the Admirals, for the last, 7 years, this will be the 8th season, have been heard on Sports Radio 1250 WSSP in Milwaukee, and then sportsradio1250.com on the internet. Big news, especially for downtown Milwaukee, they are now on an FM frequency. So 1250 still works on the AM dial, but they are now on the FM dial as well. Sports Radio 105.7 FM, The Fan. Very exciting news to have them on move to the FM dial. I'm very excited to be on the FM stick. I heard you. This is Admirals President Jon Grenberg. I heard you talking with Chuck and Wicket this morning on the radio station. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I mean, for a long time, and you could probably make a case that sports and sports radio in general saved the AM dial. There wasn't a lot going on, and now to hear it on FM, it's pretty neat.
It really is, and I've heard some NHL teams in my travels with their games on FM radio, and it really is pretty spectacular. So listening to you on AM is exciting as it is, but now you put you on FM.
No, it's in stereo. Yeah. I'll try to do some Beatles mixing in there, so you get the music on the right channel and me on the left channel. Before we talk about business things, I want to talk about the guys on the ice. These guys have been together now for, many of them, for 3 weeks down in Nashville, some of them longer, depending on where they worked out in the summer. In your time here, this is now 10 years as the president of the Admirals, we've been blessed with some good teams. What is your feeling on this year's club coming in? What do you understand? What do you know?
Well, it's going to be a younger group. Some guys that we haven't seen before, but some of our veteran guys are still here, which is great. Having Mark Van Gilder back for his 7th year is pretty great. Having experienced goaltending back for multiple seasons is a great thing, and hopefully those two guys, or even the third with Robador, will all make a nice team together and be able to really anchor that position, because as we all know, goalies can carry you for a while there. So
there's no doubt.
And having the younger guys, I think, will there be some bumps in the road along the way? Of course, it's a long season.
Right.
It goes from October until April, and there's ebbs and flows that go with every season. And I do think, though, that our veteran leadership guys that are going to be here are going to be guys that are going to have a big impact on what we do. But there's some pretty skilled young players that are going to be out there on the ice for us. Jonathan Diaby, it just amazes me how big he is.
Yes.
And I see him, and you put him on some skates, and he's just a hulking individual. So I think he's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I think Brendan Leipzig is going to be a lot of fun to watch during the course of the year. Garrett Noonan, watching him develop over the course of the season. These guys that are Nashville draft picks, highly regarded players, are going to be a lot of fun to watch. Kind of the next wave of Predators players coming through.
Yeah, there's no doubt. You mentioned some of those names, Diaby, Noonan. A lot of these guys, they aren't completely unfamiliar to fans in Milwaukee, and to us, they were here. Now, Noonan didn't play, but Diaby did. Vainanen got in a game or two last year. They're players that should be familiar. They're certainly familiar with the city a little bit, so they know the lay of the land, and I know that's big for these kids coming in, because it can be, in many cases, quite literally a complete foreign situation.
Yeah, it really is. And I was looking at the roster earlier today, and there were 5 guys on that roster that were under 21 years old. Yeah. And that just seemed crazy to me. We look at these birth dates of these players, and it's like, gosh, I got out of high school, or I was in college when these guys were born.
Right.
So the guys that were here for a little bit towards the end of last season certainly will, I think, feel comfortable. And we'll have to take some of the guys who've never been here before and kind of show them around, along with our veteran guys. And this is a great place to live and a great place to work. So hopefully they'll be satisfied or comfortable early on in their time here, because the sooner that happens, the better for everybody.
One of the interesting things over the years that the team has done, that players have done, veteran guys, scavenger hunts, things like that, to get to know the town. So these young guys get to feel that level of comfortability early on in their time here.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something we're always looking for, team building experiences for the guys, especially early in the season.
Right.
This group has been together a little longer than maybe some other training camps that we've had, where we'll bring in some extra guys that are coming in for ECHL things and are just here for our camp. Well, it's different this year in the way that our camp is being run, where they started in Nashville, and that group has been together. And so I think we've got a little bit of a head start on maybe where we've been in the past, just with the familiarity with each other and that kind of thing. But getting used to living in a new place is going to be, it's going to be an adjustment for some guys. Mm-hmm. But hockey's such a different world when it comes to that, where a lot of guys, when they move, are living with families that they don't even know when they play in juniors and things like that. They have that experience of having to kind of get indoctrinated into new cultures or new life for that kind of thing all the time. Right. So getting them here and going through it with them here, we're going to try and make it as easy as possible.
They have had roughly 3 weeks together. The official Admirals camp began on Sunday, this past Sunday, the 28th of September. So there's only been 3 or 4 days of official head-to-head competition, but there are competitions that are going to be worth watching in this training camp, even though it's only in Milwaukee just a few days.
Right. I think having that goaltender situation, there's 3 guys fighting for 2 spots. I know that they'd all like to be here, and they'd all like to have that next step be, to Nashville.
Right.
So this is a big camp for those 3. I think having all those defensemen, the young defensemen here, trying to prove they belong at this level.
Right.
Guys all want to be here, and because they realize it's just that close to being able to make it to the next level. So it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be, I think, good for a good start to the season, because guys are going to have a lot of hunger and a lot of energy to be able to play well. And our schedule in October is not too crazy, so it should make for some good hockey.
We have been fortunate to have such a great relationship with the folks here at MSOE and the Kern Center. And we look at this building, and every year we have an exhibition game here. It's fantastic to have the fans are close to the action. They get to see some great action. They get to learn the players early on. It really is a wonderful facility that the Admirals get to work out day in and day out.
Absolutely. This is a spectacular place. I always tell people, if you've never come in here before, you have no idea all the things that go on in this really vertical building. If you come in on the ground floor, there's the basketball arena and the workout facility. You go up a floor and you get to the some more workout areas, more basketball courts and a track and everything. And then you come downstairs and you've got this world-class hockey rink here. My daughter skates at a hockey camp here every summer, and I always tell her, I said, you'll never skate on better ice than you will here.
Right.
So to have this as a place for our guys to train and get ready for games and for a long season is wonderful for us. Not to mention the fact that it's just a few short blocks away from the home rink. And tomorrow night when we have our exhibition game here, we'll fill this place up, and it'll be loud and it'll be fun, and it's a chance to see hockey again, and to be able to see it against our good friends from Rockford is always fun. So, but no, this is a world-class facility, no question.
Tickets are just $10. They can get them in the Admiral's office, but certainly they can buy them at the door tomorrow evening.
Absolutely. The concessions will be open as well. That MSOE will operate. We'll have some merchandise. We have some new things that we're selling that Kim Sally from our staff will have available. Tickets, season tickets we're expecting to be in. If you want to pick up your season tickets, you can come by to the sales table and pick those up. So we'll also have some tickets available for the home opener on the 10th. So if you're coming to the game and you haven't picked up your tickets for the 10th yet, and you're not a season ticket holder, but you just want to make sure you have them, we should have some tickets available for that too. So we'll be busy here tomorrow night, getting ready for a big, long season.
Well, and October the 10th is the home opener against the Charlotte Checkers at the BMO Harris Bradley Center. What's going to happen that night?
Well, it's going to be trouble for the Checkers.
That's right.
No, we're excited about getting started again. This is the 37th season of Admirals professional hockey, and it's going to be fun to get the guys back out there. Everybody gets a schedule amended thanks to OxyClean and Pick and Save, so you'll know when all the games are for the season coming up. We've got some new game elements we're putting into place that Tim Van Wagenen and his team are busy putting together, and we just finished up the new Open for when the guys come on the ice, which we're excited about. I think it's real fun to see, and that's always a labor of love for Tim and a labor of frustration when we all offer our 2 seconds of I don't like that 1.5 second clip.
Right, exactly.
But we're ready to put on a good show. And back a few years ago, we earned the league's award for the best fan experience, and we want that again.
Right.
We always tell people that the goal for the guys on the ice is to win the Calder Cup. And the goal for all of us off the ice is also to have a successful business, but to give people the best experience they can possibly have when they come to a game. So we want to make sure we do that, make it as much fun as possible, and hopefully get that award again.
Very good. Well, they're starting to practice here, so we're gonna turn the cameras on to what's going on the ice. In a few minutes, I'm gonna come up back, just my voice. We'll get you the line combinations and things like that. We'll try to figure all of this stuff out there. They are wearing different colored jerseys, so we can make sure we can say the green and the blue and all of that stuff. So we'll have that hopefully figured out for you here real soon. But keep watching the live stream and enjoy what you see. Remember the exhibition game tomorrow night, Friday night, October the 3rd, at 7 p.m. against the Rockford Ice Hogs here at the Kern Center on the campus of MSOE. $10 for the tickets. John, thank you.
Absolutely.
Let's do this. Let's watch the Admirals' first practice in Milwaukee.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like
right behind there. So we'll make sure to highlight the colors. I don't know. Should we go as they go? Or should we just say? What would you do? Would you bunch it all together and say the blue, the white, the green, the yellow, or would you say, all right now the blue one is so
You know who's first on?
and then move on and you say, all right, the yellow one is as they come out. That's how I do it. As they come out. This is what's on the screen. This is what you're saying. Okay. And then
No, do you have any clue which one's 23rd?
23 is Aronson, Taylor Aronson.
Okay. Yeah. I kind of figured that.
I think there's a couple right over here on the edge of the table there. car and go back and get that. Change to this camera?
Let's do it right now if you want.
Okay, that sounds good.
I'll really get it out of the way.
So now, take this remote. You're not being shown really, so you can stop. I hope not. Otherwise, people are getting a real close.
Okay. All right. As you're looking at practice here, we'll give you some line combinations. There are 7 defensemen. All of the defensemen on the team are wearing black. It'll be hard to differentiate from what you're seeing because 6 of those defensemen, since they're all wearing black and they're all left-handed shots, the only right-handed shooting defenseman, and again, all the defensemen are wearing black, the only right-handed shooting defenseman is Taylor Aronson. The others being that are practicing today, Anthony Botetto, Jonathan Diaby, Mikko Vainanen, Jay Rissling, Jimmy Oligny, and Garrett Noonan. The 3 goaltenders, the one as you're looking to your left, as you're looking on camera, and it'll be on your left side, is Magnus Hellberg. The other goaltender that will hold the stick in the same fashion, catching with his left hand, is Rob Madore. Rob Madore is a few inches shorter than Magnus Hellberg. He has, you've noticed Magnus's leg pads. Magnus has the blue stripe across the middle around the knee. Madore does not have a stripe across the knee. He has one going vertically down the outside of the pads. And Marek Mazanec has no stripe, just white pads on the legs, and he catches with his right hand. So those are the 3 goalies you will see. Now for the forwards, wearing yellow uniforms and set up as a line. The right-handed shooter is Frederick Gaudreau. He is standing right in front of Magnus Hellberg now at the left side of the rink. The other yellow jerseys are Mike Liambus and Tristan Grant. So that is a line. Mike Liambus left wing, Frederick Gaudreau at center, Tristan Grant on the right. The green jerseys, which you may be able to see on the far side of the rink from his vantage point, Mark Van Gilder is the center. He just passed the puck away. The left wing on that line is Mika Salamaki, and the right wing is Victor Arvidsson. In the blue jerseys, the light blue jerseys, Pontus Aberg is the left wing, Colton Sissons is the center, and Austin Watson is the right wing. All 3 of those players are right-handed shots. And in the white jerseys, there is an extra skater, so there are 4 players wearing white jerseys because there are 13 forwards taking part in practice today. They are Josh Shala, Felix Gerard, Zach Budish, and Joe Pendenza in the white jerseys. Those are your line combinations in the first practice for the Milwaukee Admirals here at the Kern Center.
course it will.
I just want to make sure. I don't have any reason.
Yep.
Anything else? So what time is this? Yeah, for us.
So we will be over here tomorrow.
That's picking up our voices. Stand here long enough. It's chill.
I'm ready. What are we playing in June? I said I'm going to be playing in June. good for at least a week.
I don't know about that.
Poked my head in, I saw you, so I had to come down. Again, thank you for everything. It's always been a pleasure.
When do you start practicing?
Not until the 20th. A couple more weeks. It's just ridiculous. You want to cuss out the NCAA for it and everything. I was at the showcase in Minnesota. Coaches, we're idiots. Bobby Emery at Plattsburgh. Last year it was October 15th, your first day. They played the U18, USA U18 team on the 15th. How the hell you do that? Bottom line, and so they changed it. And my thing is, wait a minute, you should be looking in. How the hell you do it? So you got to be cheap to be ready for that game. But so they moved it, and then they set it to the 20th, or basically not the 20th. It's 2 weeks. 2 weeks prior to the first Friday eligible game. Because we had other people that had 3 practices and played a game. But so now they get the 20th, which really sucks. But yeah, we'll have everything ready for you guys for tomorrow, as always. So what are you doing here? What did you come something into? Oh, really? Well, I'll have to go outside. Can you break down where it's at?
You just go to Milwaukee, everyone's starting to
Okay, right there and pull it up. Okay. That's cool. Excellent. How's the team look? My young talent? We're going to be young. I brought in 14 guys. We had all those injuries last year, so a lot of guys got an opportunity to play. So, fortunately, we're getting the guys that are hurt back, which is good. But yeah, oh yeah, like this, Albert Einstein, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So. I got some really good ones. I got 3 kids out of Topeka. Topeka is one of the best teams in the North American League. I got 3 in here at Alabama. And I got a late kid. I got 2 late kids out of that were thought they were going to D1. And one kid actually was on campus with D1 and then realized that he's going to get a coach at first. And Prince inspired the coaching staff. He's like, I ain't going to get a shot at this. Guys bring all those guys in, I'm done. So he was coming here, then all of a sudden, last minute, AIC gives him a scholarship. And I didn't say anything, I took the high road, just said, hey, if it doesn't work out, hopefully you'll give me a call. You'll give me the person a call. He got there with his dad to sign up for class and everything, since it was half late. I get a call that day. It was coach. Do you still want me? I said, I go on. Because they don't give a shit about education. He says, so he goes, I'm not going to jeopardize my future just to politically correct. They don't have a clue. It's brutal. So like my financial aid package for there, I said, never had it before. I have no idea. I said, you didn't come 1 day in class. So you're not a transfer, so it should be all there. He said, call him. I said, call the financial aid people. 10 minutes later, he goes, Coach, it's the same package. I'm there. And the next day, he was on campus here. And it was funny, we talked. Yeah, and he's a 6'2" defenseman that can fly. No problem. And we were sort of talking. I go, yeah, he said, you're walking around campus. He said, here. He goes, my dad had a scowl on his face the whole time. He goes, I knew I had to get out. All right, I'll let you go. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay?
What's that?
Can you do play-by-play just to let people know who's shooting?
Sure.
This here, so we figure we'll let you know who's shooting and who's scoring, and I guess everybody's been scoring. That there was Pontus Auberg. The goaltender was, I didn't see, they made the switch already. I think it was Magnus Hellberg, but now Rob Medor is in goal. Dave Rook is the goaltending coach. So Rob Medor is now in goal in this shootout drill. And we'll see who's coming up to shoot next for. It's Jonathan Diaby. He's the first defenseman to shoot, and he's the first one to be stopped. So now Magnus Hellberg has gone into net. And you see if they get stopped or miss a shot, then the quick little sprints have to come into play. So Tristan Grant was the first shooter. He scored. And now it appears Taylor Aronson will go against Magnus Hellberg here. Taylor Aronson missed the net, so they got to skate once again. So Mark Mazenitz has moved into the goal. He was the NHL's Rookie of the Month in November last year, Mazenitz was. He played 25 games in all for the Predators. This is Garrett Noonan shooting, and he is stopped. So Rob Medor is back in the goal. While the skaters finish up their sprints, and it looks like that's the end of practice. So if you're watching this live stream, stick around. We will visit with Colton Sissons and with head coach Dean Evason coming up before we sign off for the afternoon. A reminder that the Admirals will host the Rockford Ice Hogs in their first exhibition game tomorrow night, 7 p.m. here at the Kern Center on the campus of MSOE. Tickets can be purchased at the door, and tickets are $10 each. Again, we'll visit with Dean Evason and Colton Sissons coming up in just a few moments.
Having a good time out there. Don't stop the party. Don't stop the party.
My guest, none other than Johnny Delicious. Take a look at that robe. That reminds me of another guy that wore a robe from Milwaukee, but I think he played piano. Nonetheless, Johnny, what have you got up your sleeve?
Mean Gene, I'm so happy to be here in Milwaukee, and I've got a few tricks up my sleeve for the good folks that live in Milwaukee. It's called entertainment. That's what Johnny Delicious does. I entertain. I got a message to these other organizations and businesses out there that tell you that, oh, we'll entertain your customers, we'll reward your employees. That message, Mean Gene, is you're boring.
Can you be a little more specific when you say entertain?
I'm talking not just about hockey. I'm talking about bands. I'm talking about celebrity visits. I'm talking about getting your boss or your best customer on the Uncle Ben's human hockey puck.
Johnny Delicious, thank you and good luck with the project.
Thank you, Mean Gene.
Well, fans, there you have it. Call the hotline and get your package for the 2014-15 season.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. happens to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Well, there you go. That's the Admirals' first practice in Milwaukee. Remember, this team started training camp in Nashville September the 28th. Today, it's the team's first practice here in Milwaukee at the Kern Center on the campus of MSOE. I'm Aaron Sims, the radio play-by-play announcer for your Milwaukee Admirals. I want to thank you all for watching. Still to come, we'll visit with Admirals head coach Dean Evason about the season forthcoming. We'll also talk with Colton Sissons, who played several games in the NHL last season. He is in his second year. He will be joining us coming up in just a little bit as well. So keep watching. Reminder that you can check out the Admirals exhibition game, first exhibition game tomorrow night, 7 o'clock against the Rockford Ice Hogs. It's played here at the Kern Center on the campus of MSOE. Tickets are $10. We are also live streaming that game, so if you can't make it, you can watch it online on the team's website, MilwaukeeAdmirals.com, and we certainly invite you to do that. We expect a good crowd, obviously, but also love to see people checking it out online wherever you may be in the world. Recap of what happened in practice. You just saw a bunch of drills. That's pretty much how the hot dogs get made. Just running through some drills, trying to get a good pace, trying to get some sweat going. You play as quick a pace as you can without try to minimize mistakes and things like that. The line combinations, and 13 forwards took part, 7 defensemen and 3 goaltenders. The 3 goaltenders were Rob Medor, Magnus Hellberg, and Mark Mazanitz. The 7 defensemen, 1 right-handed shooting defenseman, Taylor Aronson. The others, Anthony Botetto, Jimmy Oligny, Jonathan Diaby, Jay Rissling, Mikko Vainanen, and Garrett Noonan. And the lines with 13 forwards, there was 1 line that had an extra player mixing in. So as you can see still in the background, and this is normally how practice goes. Once practice has been called and the coach leaves the ice, the head coach leaves the ice, usually the assistants stick around and work on things individually with players if they want it, or guys just kind of work on their own skills together or by themselves. And you see several of the players just shooting pucks or passing pucks between one another. The lines today in practice, the blue line, the center was Colton Sissons, Pontus Auberg was on the left wing, and Austin Watson on the right. The green line had Mark Van Gilder at center, Mika Salamaki at left wing, and Victor Arvidsson on the right wing. The yellow line had Frederick Gaudreau at center, Mike Liambis at left wing, and Tristan Grant on the right. We spoke with Tristan Grant before the practice today. And then the white line was Felix Gerard at center with Josh Shala and Zach Budish, and then Joe Pendenza was mixing in as well. So 23 players taking part in the first practice here at the Kern Center on the campus of MSOE. A reminder that you can watch the exhibition game tomorrow night, streamed live right here on MilwaukeeAdmirals.com. But obviously we'd love for you to come down in person. $10 tickets at the door. You can also purchase them in the Milwaukee Admirals office. We will visit with Colton Sissons coming up in just a few moments. But first we will visit with the Admirals head coach Dean Evason, and we're getting him into position right now. So we'll make sure we get the camera shot all good. We're good to go here? Need Charlie to do that. Okay. There we go. I think you got it.
Hi, what?
I think you got it. Are we on? This is live? All right, this is live. Good to see you.
Does Charlie know what he's doing?
I don't know. This is, we need a technical director, a floor director or something.
Yeah, he has a lot of hats, so, but I'm sure he's good at it.
That's right. First practice in Milwaukee, but you guys have been going for quite some time. So how How does this rate? People that are watching, how does this is kind of a typical day, isn't it?
Yeah, but we're real happy with the way the guys practice today. There's a lot of obviously new faces and a lot of guys that first time at the rink. They got new gear,
sure.
Hotel. They're thinking about other things, and we thought today's practice was going to be a little bit sloppier, or a sloppier practice, but it was a real good practice. We had a lot of good attention to detail. We got a lot of work in. So hopefully it'll translate into some wins this weekend.
You know what? It helps, I think, too, that you're playing on good ice.
Yeah.
Right? When you talk about sloppy practice, that's one less thing for the guys to worry about is playing hops out there.
Yeah, and MSE, obviously, we practice here a lot. They've got great ice, and we're Tom does a great job over here, and it's a wonderful facility.
Do you grade? You talked about the practice today. Do you go in and grade practices at the end of the day? Do you and Stan sit down and do you keep a running chart, or do you just say, you know what, I didn't like the way this worked, we'll do it better tomorrow and just move on?
Yeah, you know what, I mean, we evaluate the players. Obviously we're still in training camp, so we're still talking about, well, this guy didn't have a great practice, this guy didn't, but ultimately it's the 2 games that'll kind of separate them. But as far as the practice, it's a great question, because a lot of times we'll get back, and it happened a couple of days ago. Stan, we finished practice and Stan says to me, the practice, and we sit down and we do it together, and he goes, practice was brutal as far as where the pucks were supposed to be. Pucks were in the corner, and then you had to move them up to the neutral zone and then back in the corner, and the flow.
So the flow, you're right.
And it wrecks the flow. A lot of times you go, well, it didn't flow because the players didn't work hard, or they didn't compete, and they didn't have attention to detail. But a lot of times we mess up and we put them in a bad spot. So there's a lull in practice, and you want it to be tight and sharp. So we talk about that a lot.
And you talk about the flow and then tight and sharp. I mean, this is. You want to go as high speed as possible. You're still learning, obviously, but you want to go as high speed, minimize the mistakes. If something goes on, obviously this is the place to do it.
Right, and we want to give them the structure. We want to give them system stuff. We want them to understand how we want to play the game. But then we want to play at such a high speed in practice that it's almost like you get to the game and it slows down.
Right.
And I think our group, I know our group, the last 2 years, our practice habits are tremendous, and they work and they have attention to detail, and that's what we want from our group. It's never been a problem. We always tell them, we don't have to have skates at the end of practice. We go for 45 minutes. Today was an hour, maybe an hour and 10. If you work hard and you do every drill to the highest speed you can get, the tempo is good, and the coaches have a good practice that it flows, you don't need to have a 20-minute skate at the end to get in shape. That's what you're doing in practice, so our group does a good job of that.
What are you looking for this weekend? 2 exhibition games, 1 at home, 1 on the road. Do you play certain guys since it's the first time that at home that the fans haven't seen in 5 months, or does that matter to you so much? There are certain competitions that you're looking for?
No, our thought process is we'll sit a couple of veteran people. Our game plan is to sit Van in the first game so that we can have a look at some young forwards, and then Tristan Grant won't play on the road on the second game. That's all we have to sit is 1 forward.
Right.
And then on the back end, we've got some injuries, so we've only got 16, so they're all going to play. So we're banged up a little bit. We're getting some guys back. Diaby's on the ice. Celine's been skating. Leipzig is banged up, and we won't see him this weekend. But we expect all of them, excluding Celine, to be ready for opening night. And then as far as our goaltenders, we've still got 3. We've got Maznik, Hellberg, and Mador. And no secret, Maz is going to be here. The other 2 are battling for a job. Yeah. So, it's fun. We talked to the group today that there's not only jobs to be had, there's 28 guys still in Nashville. There's 25 guys here. There's a trickle-down effect. Right. We're not keeping all 25. They're not keeping 28. So it's going to be exciting. Guys have jobs to earn, plus ice time to earn, so it's still training camp.
So there's still 5-6 roughly that maybe two-thirds of your team is set, but there's still some jobs that are battled for this weekend.
Absolutely, and that's what we wanted to stress to the group this morning in the meeting is that, listen, just because we're in Milwaukee doesn't mean we're our lineup's set.
Yeah.
So, you know, and again, I mean, there's some guys that know they're going to be here. Colton Sissons knows he's going to be here.
Right.
He's getting prepared, but they're skating to get ice time. Who's going to play on a PP? Who's going to play on a PK? We're gonna iron some of those kinks out in the next couple of games. We're going to put a lot of people in different situations, and they'll dictate to us by their play where we're going to play them and how much.
Do you get into all of the special team stuff right now, or is because it's so early? But you have been together. The team, these guys have been together for 3 weeks now. So have you gotten heavy into that, or does that wait till next week?
We haven't actually done a ton of PP work. We did some stuff with our rookie games.
Okay.
Obviously, we had our veterans work there. But no, tomorrow we'll put in our power play breakouts, our penalty kill set, and our power play set in zone. And we'll all go through it. Everybody will do it. Because again, we want to watch everybody play. But yeah, you want to give them, including the special teams and O zone, D zone, neutral zone, you want to give them a thought process of how to play, see if they can grasp how we're going to play this season, and then allow them to go play the game.
Good stuff. Can't wait to see them go out and play the game.
Yeah, us too. We're looking forward to it. It'll be good tomorrow.
Excellent. And the nice thing was Dave Rook seems to be out of the way more than Ben Vanderklok.
Well, he's a lot smaller. He's a lot smaller for one, and his attention to detail as far as actually moving a puck from a corner to a corner, Benny never did that. Dave Rook has already exceeded what Benny's done in 2 years that I was with him.
That's good. That's good.
All right.
Thanks for the time, Dean.
Okay, Aaron. Thanks.
All right, Admirals head coach Dean Evason. Colton Sissons is going to join us next.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my guests at this time are the reigning ticket operations champions of the AHL, Dr. Discount, Brian Martins, and the lawless and lovely Lauren Byer. Doc, what are my chances of putting the arm on you for some 100 milligram Viagras?
I don't know if I can help you with that, Gene, but what I can help you with are Admirals tickets. Everyone always talks about how Admirals tickets are cheap and easy to get when you get a flex plan, but that's not the only thing that they're good for. They're good for convenience. You get your own account executive. You get the opportunity to purchase the tickets online anywhere you want. And you also get the chance to work with my tag team partner, Lawless Lauren Byer.
Wow! So you're telling me and the fans that an Admirals ticket package not only saves you money, but also makes your game experience more convenient?
Oh, yeah.
Well, fans, there you have it. Call the hotline and get your convenient package for the 2014-15 season. What's the number to call? 414-227-0550. Got it? Get it.
As we continue our coverage from the Admirals' first practice here in Milwaukee, we're joined now by Admiral Center Colton Sissons, and you guys have been at it for quite some time. And now things are starting to settle. You're starting to get into the flow, maybe a little bit more than what you have. There's fewer guys anyway to do the drills. So give me your impression. Let's start with today's practice, getting back to Milwaukee and getting on this ice for the first time in a while.
Yeah, it was good to get back here. We know we've got a couple spots left to fill with some guys trickling down from Nashville and quite a few guys down here right now. So guys are competing for spots, competing for ice time, so it's good. It was really high tempo out there today, and it was like that all year, so last year. So it's going to be the same way. We're going to practice hard and battle, and hopefully that'll translate into the game.
You played in several games last season with the Predators in the NHL. How is this camp different than last year's camp? Especially, I was going to say maybe you had a pretty good you had a good feel, but now the coaching staff changed, so it's a little bit different, I got to imagine.
Yeah, exactly. I was definitely a little bit more comfortable around the room with the guys because I spent a good amount of time up there with them and built some friendships. But like you said, there's a new coaching staff and new expectations, so that was a little bit stressful. I'm not going to lie, for sure.
Yeah. How was it stressful? Just to learn the new systems and try to fit into what the coach wants?
Yeah, it's a combination. You want to be able to execute the new systems, but you don't want to catch yourself thinking on the ice. You want to play how you want to play, why guys were drafted, and why guys played here last year. So I was trying to balance those two things out.
How big of a difference is it from the way you played the way you were asked to play last year under Coach Trotz and to the way Coach Laviolette wants to play, and not just you specifically, but the team in general.
Yeah, just the team in general. I think he really wants to play a fast game, but we got to execute. So,
but isn't that everybody?
Exactly. I know. It's just fine tweaks in the systems. Maybe some fans wouldn't even notice when you're out watching the game, but there would be some fans that would notice, and I think they're going to notice a little bit higher paced offensive, a lot more scoring chances, put it that way.
Yeah, and that's obviously a good thing.
Most definitely for anything.
Yeah. So your feeling, your second year here to start the season in Milwaukee. What are your feelings about starting the year here?
You know what? Obviously, I was a little bit disappointed when I got sent down. That was my goal, to make the Predators, but it's how the business works, and it's a part of my journey in hockey. And now I'm back, and I'm going to have a lot of confidence down here, and hopefully be a leader for our team, and kind of just want to continue what I left off last year.
Do they give you exit interviews or say, Colton, we like this, we want you to work on this? Do they give you that as you leave?
Yeah, they do. I think it's a little bit different for everybody, and we all had our exit meetings. Mine was after my last exhibition game against the Panthers when I was letting known that I was coming down here.
So you're here now, and the last year didn't end the way that we wanted it to around here, out in the first round of the playoffs. How can Milwaukee? It's a new season. There are new faces, all of that stuff. But how does this team get over that hump now?
Yeah, exactly. That's a long way down the road. Playoffs this year, but we sure hope to be back there. I know we got a lot of new guys, a lot of rookies on our team this year, so it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a really fun year if guys can have that maturity to play at the pro level. It's gonna probably be some challenges along the way, some bumps in the road with some young guys, but I think we'll push through because we got a ton of skill and a lot of speed that we can play with.
You are playing with Pontus so far and Austin Watson. Pontus was picked like what? You guys were picked like 3 or 4 picks apart, right? Something like that?
Yeah, we both were second rounders, and he got snagged a couple picks before me.
So you've known him for a while. Obviously, that's probably the first time you came across him, but you've known him for a while.
Yeah. We've known each other since I think we roomed together our first development camp in Nashville. So we known each other for a little while, and you know what? I'm really happy to be playing with him right now, and Watson as well. We had a great night against the Panthers, our last exhibition game, all of us. So that gave us a lot of confidence coming down here, and I hope we can keep that rolling.
I was going to say, and it's nice that you have a line ready-made when you come into Milwaukee, I would think, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think it was all good for us to leave some strong impressions up there, and I think the coaching staff, Dean and Stan, really like the way we played, so we're going to give that a go. And things changed over the course of the season with injuries.
Right.
Sometimes the chemistry isn't there for a couple of games, but we hope to get off to a strong start.
What did you do this summer? How do you stay in shape? All of that stuff?
Yeah, I'm always back with my trainer back in Vancouver. We have a pretty good group of pro guys, and just my little community of North Van. So I had some good skates, and I work hard every summer, so I feel like I'm in good shape.
When do you get going? Do you take a couple weeks off in May and maybe get going at the end of May, or how soon do you get going?
Yeah, definitely. You got to take some time off to rest and recover. It's a long season, and you're always a little bit banged up coming out of playoffs, so you got to make sure that's taken care of. So 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes more, depending on what your situation is, and then slowly get back into training, and then the ice time comes later.
It's finally here though. It's got to be great to get back to the meaningful stuff.
Exactly. It's preseason's a grind, man. It's something that you got to go through and make sure you're ready for the season. But everyone's counting down the days to opening night.
Absolutely, and that's just a little over a week away. Good to see you, Colton.
Good to see you too.
All right, that's Admiral Center Colton Sissons. We're going to step out. We'll be back in just a moment from Admirals practice.
Y'all having a good time out there. Don't stop the party. Que nobody la fiesta. Don't stop the party. Que nobody la fiesta. Don't stop the party. Que nobody la fiesta. Don't stop the party.
Well, the first day of practice in Milwaukee is in the books. The guys will be back at it tomorrow morning for a pregame skate, basically, although you heard head coach Dean Evason say they'll start to install the special teams plans for the game against Rockford tomorrow night. An exhibition game against Rockford, 7 p.m. tomorrow night. That's Friday night, October what are we at, the 3rd tomorrow? It's the 3rd, yeah, right, yeah, October the 3rd. So that is coming up tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Tickets are $10. You can get them at the door. You can also purchase them in the Admiral's office, but they will be available at the door. No assigned seating. Just get here and you can find a seat. The concession stands will be open. It's at the Kern Center on the campus of MSOE, the Milwaukee School of Engineering. So we invite you to come down and check out some preseason hockey as the Admirals host the Ice Hogs. Also, we will be streaming it live for you right here on MilwaukeeAdmirals.com. So we'll do the play-by-play, and you can see what's going on during the contest, wherever you may be. If it's in Milwaukee or if it's in Calgary or wherever you may be, we'll have the game for you right here at MilwaukeeAdmirals.com. We'll have all the updates all season long. Don't forget to follow the Admirals on Twitter, favorite them on Facebook, and you'll be in touch with and in the know with everything going on with the Admirals this season. Thanks again for watching the first day of Admirals practice in Milwaukee on MilwaukeeAdmirals.com.